So the NBA lottery is definitely rigged.
Um, I was going to ask you about that because I kind of don't think so.
Really?
I think we've gotten to a point where if the most likely team to win doesn't win, there's always an avenue to say it's rigged.
Yeah, but I think that with it being a 1.8% chance, have you seen this the stat?
Yeah, I mean 1.8. Like,
Well, in 2010 when LeBron signed with the Heat, the Cavs got the first pick having a 2.8% chance. When Anthony Davis was traded to the Lakers, the Pelicans only had a 6% chance and got it. And now Luka
mhm.
getting traded to the Lakers, the Mavericks with a 1.8% chance to get it.
So what's the theory?
Well, this teams lose an all-star player and then get the pick after that.
So, but I feel like that leaves
I think it's
behind
to
some.
make it's a willing they want to keep the NBA competitive.
I think it would be more competitive to let like the Wizards per se get a star in a big market at
Yeah,
that. You know what I
that's
mean? And because
are the
the
Wizards
Mavs,
technically a
I would
big
think
market?
DC would be considered pretty big, at least from a marketability standpoint.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
don't know.
like because the Mavs still have AD, they still have Kyrie.
Yeah,
Like
true.
they don't, as far as like they don't have a horrible roster, even though their
Yeah,
fans want to pout, which I don't blame them because it was such a bad trade. They
yeah,
don't have a horrible roster, even without Cooper Flag. But huge win for Mavs fans.
yeah. Huge win for Mavs fans.
I
They
honestly
needed it.
thought because I can get behind the theory that in general that it's rigged.
Hmm.
I thought if it was rigged, they would rig it for San Antonio to do a Cooper
Okay,
Flag Wemby dynasty,
that would be cool.
which I thought would
That
have
would be
been
a
fun
lot
to
of fun.
watch too. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
who I
was
wanted to get it if the if the Wizards didn't get it.
I was sort of rooting for that. There was part of me that was like Sixers would be kind of chaotic. I would
Yeah.
kind of like that, but yeah, Spurs
Well,
would have
my
been
only
cool.
thing is, and then we can play the intro. The Giannis wants a trade.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, first overall pick for Giannis. Who's the one GM in the league that would do that
It'd be so funny.
for a win now defensive player?
It would be hilarious. No, it's funny. We actually got reports yesterday that the Mavs intend to keep the pick and select Cooper Flag. But guess what? There was a time where Mark Cuban said he would divorce his wife before they would trade
Yeah. We
Luca. Now,
also
granted, he didn't trade Luca, but it's just an example that things change.
we also got reports that there's no Tanner this week and that we don't really do a real intro for this show.
Unfortunately, that is
Yeah.
true. But yeah, it would be hilarious if the Mavs traded that pick. I would feel bad for their fans, but they would be good. Like Giannis,
Yeah.
AD, and Kyrie.
Yeah.
Although Kyrie's
That
going
would
to be
be
out for a long time.
yeah.
They would be really good.
Yeah.
It's if you ask me, I think now that they have Cooper Flag, they don't really need AD. They might as well trade him to like the Lakers
Yeah.
or something.
The Lakers probably.
Yeah, like why not? We'll give you Dalton Connect. Could you imagine this? Listen to this. This would have been the funniest outcome ever. Imagine when we swindled them for Luca. If we were like, hey, we'll give you Dalton Connect and I don't know, some other contract if you give us your first round pick.
Yeah.
You're going to have a low percent chance of getting a high pick anyway. Just give it to us. And then we get Luca and Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
That would have been so funny.
That'd be crazy.
Did you see how the Mavs got in that spot
Coin flip.
and how they got to the coin flip?
No.
Remember that crazy Lakers game I came on here complaining about how we got outscored like 13-3 in the last 10 seconds or whatever against the Bulls? And Giddey hit the half-court shot at the buzzer?
Yeah.
That would have been the Bulls getting the number one
That's
pick if
crazy.
it wasn't for that.
Wow.
So the Bulls, when all their fans have been begging them to just lay down and lose some games,
Yep.
instead they win this crazy game against the Lakers, and now they miss out on Cooper Flag.
Yeah. Do we want to read? Do you want me to read our text exchange from last night?
Sure. Yeah.
At 10:01. This is during the Celtics Knicks game. I text Luke, not like this man. This is when Jayson Tatum went down, and Luke, and then I followed up with, it's not funny. I was talking about part of my take. It's like, but Max did say Tatum and Embiid were the same player, talking about how Tatum, the only thing Tatum had over Embiid was that availability is the most important ability.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luke texted me in all caps, bing bong, at 10:18 when the Knicks won. Granted, Luke was not paying attention to the game.
Yeah, I'll say read the text from right before you said about Josh Hart getting called for a foul.
Luke said, I've been dialed into Mario Kart, but I just threw it on my phone. Also, I sent Luke a tweet, and Luke was like, yeah, I've been now dialed into Mario Kart. Did he get hurt? I said, oh, yeah, Achilles gone. So it was just crazy. Just crazy timing of, like, Luke not paying attention to a game, because Luke's usually the one updating me about games.
Also, I like for any of the most heads out there, the text before that, Connor dyed his eyebrows.
Yeah. Our brains are just like sports and
scrambled eggs, basically.
Yeah, scrambled eggs. We're scrambled eggs. But no, super sad. Like Jayson Tatum, I have a take.
Go ahead.
This is a comedy podcast, right? Permission to be funny?
Permission to try to be funny. I don't know that I would call it comedy, but I see where you're going.
Jayson Tatum wants to be Kobe so bad.
I mean, duh. I mean, hey, listen.
He wants to be Kobe so bad.
Oh, the Achilles.
Yeah.
So bad that he tore his Achilles. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, we've known this. This isn't a hot take.
No, he wants to be him so bad that he went and tore his Achilles.
There's something I could say that I'm going to skip. Just keep Jayson Tatum on the ground.
Okay.
But anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, keep your car. Keep your car.
Yeah.
But yeah, sucks to see him out. I mentioned this briefly yesterday, and I said we talk about it on sports, but I think Jaylen Brown is going to be so dialed next year.
Yeah.
And he wants to prove all the haters wrong. He can't be a number one guy. I think I'm not saying he will win MVP, but I think it's worth throwing a ticket out there for him to win MVP.
Yeah.
I would bet on it if I remember.
Yeah.
Because the Celtics, there were some people saying maybe after this year they would kind of blow things up.
Yeah.
Because their contracts are starting to catch up to them. But
they're going to need him next year.
Yeah, now I kind of think, does it work? Because you could make the case that locks it in. Tatum being out, he's going to be out basically all next year. He's going to miss. Yeah. Some would argue that locks it in, that they'll blow it up. Like, okay, why wait? Let's just blow it up now. I think you could also argue now they have to keep some of these guys around because they don't have Tatum.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see what they do because I don't really know when faced with this position what their management will do. If they still had Danny Ainge, who's addicted to draft picks, I would say they blow it up and say, even better,
future.
They get rid of guys and Tatum's out, so now we're going to get the number one pick.
Yeah.
Completely tank. But, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what strategy they take.
Yeah. There was a tweet that I saw last week. This is completely random, but I laugh about it every time I see Tatum's name written out. But I saw a tweet that said, I'm going to start pronouncing Jayson Tatum like Nick Batum.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And Jayson
Tatum.
And I just think it's so
sounds like you're opening Netflix.
Yeah. Tatum. Yeah, Jayson Tatum. And I just think that's so funny.
Yeah. So I want to, before we move on from Tatum, I want to give him some credit. Jayson Tatum has played in 1,500 more minutes than anyone else in the league since being drafted, and has missed consecutive games for an injury only once in his career.
Wow.
So
that is impressive.
He's been Iron Man.
Yeah, that is impressive. I feel like all the series except for the Nuggets Thunder are 3-1, but I feel like we've had such good basketball this round of the playoffs.
It's been
is that insane to say? Like,
it's been a very fun playoffs
we've had
to watch.
Very fun.
Granted, there have been a couple blowouts. Sure.
Yeah, but I feel like this round of the playoffs has been fun.
Yeah, you can tell who doesn't watch ball when they tweet like during one of the blowouts, like, "Oh, NBA's become unwatchable."
Yeah.
which I saw a political pundit that I won't mention because I don't want to get into politics that tweeted that, and I'm like, this guy just doesn't watch basketball.
Yeah.
He turned it on for one game. It happened to be the Pacers winning by 40. And he's like, NBA is so unwatchable.
Yeah.
Because you don't watch it.
Yeah. I think Pacers Knicks would be a fun Eastern Conference Finals.
Pacers Knicks would be so fun. Because last year's series was fun.
And I'm rooting for OKC Timberwolves.
Yeah, that would be very fun.
I think that would put me in a spot where any of those 4 teams could win the championship, and I would have a lot of fun.
I mean, look, at this point, like, obviously we were just talking about how much it sucks that Tatum got hurt. It probably closes the door for Boston, and at this point, I was texting you before I knew he was hurt and saying, at this point, anyone but Boston would be cool.
Yeah.
I could, because I know what you're thinking. Yeah. Golden State? Yeah. I think Golden State would be cool.
And the Nuggets. I don't want the Nuggets to win. Even though I do want Westbrook to get a
That's true. I kind of just ruled out the Nuggets. But
yeah,
I don't really want the Nuggets to win, but it also would be kind of cool to see Jokic just carry that team after getting rid of their coach and just being like,
I'm the coach.
So, and Aaron Gordon, like everything he's been through, losing his brother, and now he's having like, from an impact standpoint, maybe a career year. Maybe not statistically, but he's just been so impactful this postseason. Yeah. So that could be cool.
Yeah. You could sell me on, I mean, any of the teams, like.
Literally. Yeah. Boston and Denver will be at the bottom.
Yeah.
And every other one I'd be cool with. I'd be happier with certain ones. Like, probably at this point, I would like.
The old Warriors would be fun, but.
Yeah. But this Warrior, I think it's kind of cool.
So,
I think it's kind of cool, though, if they can, especially being down 3-1,
if
they can pull it off with this new iteration, especially with Steph being so old and still, if he was able to come back and bring them back and get a ring, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Pacers, that would be electric to see a team that's not star heavy, but like obviously they have Siakam and Halliburton are kind of their faces, but they're still really not star heavy.
Yeah.
And for them to win it, the Knicks would be great for basketball.
Yeah.
The Knicks being good is just good for basketball.
Yep.
OKC,
I mean, they're the best team, and they're still young, but
the middle schoolers that they traded for 10 years ago, finally.
That's insane that they traded for these players, and we were like, wow, there's going to be.
They traded for middle schoolers, and now they're so good. Although people sleep on the fact that they directly traded for SGA. Like the Clippers do not get enough slander for trading SGA, who's become one of the best.
On draft night.
I was talking the other day.
Was it on draft night that they traded him, or was it?
No, he played.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember a trade going worse in the sense of, how do I describe this? You can tell me if you can think of an example in any sport of a player who was not traded on draft night, was played for the team, and became and improved as much as SGA did on his new team as SGA. Does that make sense? Like they fleeced the Clippers, but at the time you're just like, oh, SGA, young prospect.
Brett Favre.
That's a really good example. That's pretty comparable. Yeah. He played for the Falcons, they traded him, and then he was just a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Like that's basically what's happened to the Clippers.
That's the first one that came to mind. That's football. Yeah. That's football brain.
Yeah. Football.
But yeah, I'm excited for the rest of the playoffs, and I think whoever's in the finals will be a fun mashup. Even if, I mean, at this point, Boston coming back without Tatum would be impressive. I wouldn't root for it, but like, it would still be fun, like to see.
Yeah, I kind of think they're going to win Game 5. They're going to rally around Tatum, like winning against Tatum.
Back in Boston.
Yeah, I think they're going to Game 5.
Yeah.
They're gonna rally. I think I was talking about Jaylen Brown having a big year next year. I think this game maybe will be an example of that.
Yeah.
I expect them to win Game 5. Did you see? We have 2 different studios, networks, whatever you want to say, doing NBA next year. We have NBC and Amazon.
Yeah.
First of all, the crews are awesome. I should pull those up, but because like Amazon has Blake Griffin.
Okay, that's awesome.
Dirk. Like, it's going to be awesome. They also have, I want to say Amazon has Taylor Rooks.
Okay.
Which, very good journalist.
Very good journalist.
That's a good get for them. But NBC, who's used to do basketball and is back, They have Michael Jordan joining
Ooh.
as a special contributor. That's
Okay.
crazy. We don't hear
Yeah.
from Michael Jordan
Yeah.
like at all.
That's essentially is getting the Tom Brady pool for.
Yeah, it's the NHL getting Gretzky a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, we don't hear from Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan's all he does is gamble.
Yeah.
Is he allowed to?
I think he doesn't work for the NBA. He works for NBC.
Yeah.
Like Chuck, and then they give out their picks.
Yeah,
Chuck's
that's true.
Guarantee. But Michael Jordan, I want to know what they mean by special contributor because I really hope he's like their live bet correspondent.
Yes.
The special contributor could be a very small role. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I hope it's like when they go to like, let's go to Gene's territory on this call for this review that they're doing. I hope they're like, this team's trailing by 30. Let's go to Michael Jordan for his thoughts on what to live bet. And he's like smoking a cigar, just hammering some, I don't know, scotch or something. He's like, listen, the Cavs are plus 1,500. Where are you going to see a plus sign that big? Hammer this line. I cannot wait to see what his involvement is.
Yeah,
a lot of people are like, it's not going to be fun because he's just a hater and he never said anything nice about players. I feel like he's been a lot different since Kobe passed. I don't really obviously know that much about Michael Jordan because who does? We don't hear from him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like when he's made appearances, he seemed a lot more like he's softened up a little bit. So hopefully he'll be more open to like.
I mean, they have him on there for a reason. It's not like
Well, it could be because maybe he's lost some more money gambling and he
needs money.
Needs some money.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully not. But I'm excited to see what that's like. I've heard some people saying, is there anyone that's going to check him? Like, he's Michael Jordan. Who's going to tell him he's wrong?
Yeah.
And, well, that's not going to have Chuck.
Yeah, not going to have Chuck.
I would say probably your best bet's Reggie Miller. He's going to be on that crew.
Yeah.
I think he could do that. I don't know off the top of my head who else is on the NBC crew. I think Mike Tirico is there. Let me pull up these crews because they're pretty interesting crews. Amazon basketball crew. Amazon announces broadcast team led by Taylor Rooks. Yeah, so Amazon's is Taylor Rooks, Blake Griffin, Dirk Nowitzki, and this is from January. They've added someone else, I think, since then, but unfortunately, there's no way of knowing who else is on there. So that sucks.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into it.
I'm excited about it. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's some more. I don't know if these are confirmed, but rumored to also be involved is Steve Nash, Dwayne Wade, and Candace Parker.
Okay.
You like Candace?
No.
Okay, wow. Pretty rude.
I'm a Caitlin Clark guy.
Fair enough. I want to see who NBC is. It looks like Noah Eagle is involved.
Okay, I like Noah Eagle.
Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
Vince Carter. Oh, I heard Jamal Crawford.
Okay.
Obviously Michael Jordan. Like that's good. That's gonna be cool.
It feels like a lot
Reggie
of people.
Miller. It is a lot of people. Yeah. It's gonna be cool though. I assume some of those are gonna be play by play.
Yeah. It
Probably
might as well
Reggie
be. It might as well be the Barstool gambling cave. Just all of them just watching the game together.
Basically, they'll probably have. My guess.
They'll have a studio and they'll have people like play by play and
on the call will probably be Reggie Miller and
Noah Eagle.
Noah Eagle. Yeah. And then Crawford, you might see do some color commentary as well.
Yeah.
He's always like listen to him talk about the game.
Yeah.
Very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see how those crews do it. Very excited to see what Michael Jordan doing.
Yeah.
Studio analysis, whatever it may be, what that looks like.
Speaking of gambling, I do have some not financial advice.
Okay.
Pertaining to the Pope.
Okay.
The Knicks are winning the championship because the Pope went to Villanova. I know we're like a couple days behind on this because the Pope was elected a while ago. But we didn't have an episode since then. So, non-gambling advice, but the Pope went to Villanova, put up on the Nova Knicks to win it.
I like it.
And also, I have a theory about the Bears winning the Super Bowl.
And it's also related to the Pope, I assume?
It's also related to the Pope.
Okay.
related to the Pope. Luke, I know I don't know how much you know about the Bible. Do you know how many years?
I mean, we went to church together growing up, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
No,
Like
you're
how much.
more versed. You're more versed. I
Yeah,
know what you're saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
Do you know how many years Moses and God's chosen people wandered in the wilderness?
13.
No, that would be 40.
That's
40
a long
years
time.
they wandered in the universe. Do you know how many years it's been since the Bears won the Super Bowl?
Given the context. Show me 40.
40. Ding.
Ding.
Yes. So in 86, so I guess it's 39 at this point, but 86, when would the next Super Bowl be? 26. Is when they won the Super Bowl, like the year that they won the Super Bowl. So it was the 85 season, but they won it in 86.
Right.
So it'd be the same thing, the 25 season,
Mm-hmm.
win it in
26.
26. The Pope is from
40 years.
Chicago. 40 years.
And you know what else wanders in the woods?
Bears. So if you want to take my non-financial advice, put the house on.
Yeah, and if you want combined non-financial advice, your parlay at Bears to win the Super Bowl and Jaylen Brown MVP.
Or Knicks to win the championship, Bears to win the Super Bowl.
Knicks finals, Bears to win the Super Bowl, and unrelated to the Pope, Jaylen Brown MVP. That's a great.
The White Sox are so
on
bad that I'm not even going to give that advice.
Not worth it. I don't know if divine intervention can help.
No, not even. There, it is crazy though. Did you see the video of the Pope
at the World Series?
At the World Series, just like crazy. It's just
that was crazy.
The air was just like Pope.
Yeah, like it's wild to think someone watching that, like obviously no one would ever be like that guy's going to be relevant at all, let alone that guy's going to be the Pope.
The Pope could be a Yelling at Pigeons fan.
Yeah, he might be. We never know. I would say he probably is, honestly.
Honestly, probably.
So,
Probably.
Come on the show.
Come on the show. Come on the show, Pope.
Come on the show.
Leo.
Pope, Leo. But yeah, that was a great working on a theory, Caleb.
Yeah, I'm kind of working on a theory.
Yep.
I just want to use the sound.
Yeah.
We should talk about that on Yap. Dexter is about to premiere, and I'm just really excited. We don't
Wait,
talk
what?
about it, but I mean, I'm using about very loosely. I'm very.
okay.
It's not about to. It premieres, I think, next month.
Okay,
but that's
cool.
close.
Cool. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
getting close.
Do we have anything else? Like I feel like sports is we've got. Oh, Bradley texted me. Let's get a load of this guy. Get a load of this guy.
I like that as a segment. Get a load of this guy.
Would love to see y'all talk Women's College World Series on sports. Probably not.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest with you. It's not.
We don't talk about.
With all due
MLB.
respect, it's not.
We don't talk about the MLB. We sure as hell don't talk about men's college World Series.
Baseball. Yeah.
So why are we going to talk about softball?
I don't know, Caleb. Maybe because it's more relevant and more important.
Yeah, true. So
yeah. Anyway, time for our college cross country segment. Sorry. Now we should start doing that. Talk about the most absurd things we can without talking about what he asked for.
Yeah, absolutely not. He was like, I said, my response was, yeah, probably not. And he goes, that's all right. It's only the regional round. You have time. No.
Oh yeah, it's we don't have time. That's why we're not.
Don't have enough time. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
That's so funny.
So funny. Like shout out Bradley. He's probably our most loyal listener. Him and Jose.
Yeah. Shout out to both of them. Even though Jose gets mad when he's trying to run and he has to listen to us.
Yeah.
He's a hater.
Maybe you should listen to us before you run.
You know what, Knox? Maybe you should take a page out of our book and not block your haters.
Yeah, encourage them.
Yeah, we encouraged Jose, our biggest hater, and we were deliberately cheering him on last week's episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna message Tim and be like, "Hey, just so you know, Knox blocked us. Use that in your next battle against him."
Did you see this clip of Shiloh Sanders saying he was going to get snacks for the safeties?
No.
He's like, they're asking him about, like, being a rookie and being, his first days in the league, and he was like, "My goal is to get in the group chat and figure out what snacks all the safeties want, so I can bring them to the meetings." And
That's
I'm like,
awesome.
honestly, that's a smart play.
Huge
This is how
play.
you keep yourself around. Be a good
Yeah.
vibes guy
Yeah.
that can
Just being
physically play if you absolutely have to. But
Yeah.
if you're just vibes are through the roof, you provide all the best snacks.
Yeah.
People, if they got an extra spot, they'll
Yeah.
keep you around
Mm-hmm.
because the other safeties like you.
Yeah.
It's a very smart play.
Do we just want to get into a what's it called now?
A grid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to.
Do you know what
perusing
also,
here to make sure I didn't miss anything.
okay. You know what I've been
have
crushing
it.
lately?
Huh.
Is the Weddle. Do you want to guess the player?
I haven't played that in a while.
We could hit a Weddle and a
Yeah. Oh,
a grid.
you know what? You dodged it last week.
Oh, Pickens. I did not dodge it. Schedule got mixed up.
Thoughts?
It sucks, but like the Steelers are incredible at getting rid of guys that are divas and then them not doing anything after. Like I think Pickens is like different. He's younger than most guys that they've like cut ties with early.
Mm-hmm.
But and he's younger and also like a freak athlete. But like going and I'm saying this like the same thing that I was saying before, like there's only one ball. Like you have two diva receivers. And they sent him to the Cowboys, who CeeDee Lamb is kind of a diva receiver. Like there's only
like
one football.
A diva receiver in the weeds. I feel like he flashes it from time to time.
Yeah. Like I'm sad. I love George Pickens. I'm gonna miss watching him play every Sunday. But I also like it just happens all the time. Like going back to Mike Wallace, going back to Plaxico Burress. Like the Steelers lost Plaxico Burress and the world ended for a lot of fans.
Mm-hmm.
And then they still, they moved on.
And then Plaxico's world almost ended.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, he came back to the Steelers eventually, but, like, Mike Wallace, why can't I think of his name? Chase Claypool. Like,
Chase Claypool. Yeah, Chase Claypool.
Chase Claypool. Why can't AB, the other guy that smoked a lot of weed.
Martavis
Bryant. Like, these guys, like, they got something, or not all, like, AB, did they trade AB? They traded AB, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, they got something out of these guys, and then...
Traded him to the Raiders, and then he called Mike Mayock a cracker, cracker, and then he got...
Yeah, so they got something...
Used to play, got cut.
Like, it sucks that they only got a third out of him, but he wasn't going to sign at the end of next year. So, like, getting something for him. Yeah. It sucks. Again, I love George Pickens, love watching him play. I think DK Metcalf is a better receiver.
For sure.
So, like, being able to have that on the team. And, yeah. And we still don't know what Roman Wilson is. He didn't play at all last year. It's like maybe he's going to be a good counter to DK and, like, have him on the other side. And because with DK and George Pickens, I feel like you have two of the same receiver. Now you have some more variety.
Yeah. Bobby Trees.
Wide
receiver one. Bobby Trees.
But, yeah, so it sucks. I'm sad. And I was really sad about it. I've heard you read my text on the... But, we'll see what happens. Maybe I saw that the Saints were shopping Chris Olave.
That's been... Yeah, and that was actually thrown around even before Carr retired. So maybe even more now.
Yeah, so would be fun to trade for if
concussions are a little scary.
They are. But we'll see.
Might be worth a risk.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
Yeah.
Before we get into a grid, did you hear me mention about JJ saying that the guys at Yelling at Pigeons need to get in championship shape?
Really?
JJ Redick said that.
Did he?
Yeah. He said, I feel like some of the players on this team need to get in championship shape if they want to win a championship.
We do.
And people think he was talking about Luka. I think he might have been talking about me.
Okay.
I think if we want to demand a championship from them, we have to be in championship shape.
Yeah, let's get in championship shape.
My next fitness goal that I'm going to do for 2 days and then fail, like 1,000-mile challenge, the next going challenge. I want to be in championship shape by the first regular season Lakers game.
Okay. Let's get into championship shape.
And what's good about that is it's very vague. So
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
shape I'm in, I can just say is championship shape.
Yeah.
But
if you win a championship, whatever shape
gonna
you're
be-
in is championship shape.
yeah, I'm going to be in championship shape by
Yeah.
when the games start in late October?
Yeah.
Early November?
We'll be in championship shape. Let's do it.
Yeah, we are holding the
Let's do
standard. Standard is the standard.
Yep.
Also, NBA.
Don't blink. Cut your eyelids off.
Yeah, I meant to mention this last week. Jimmy put this bug in my ear, and then ironically, Bill Simmons, like the next day, talked about it.
Oh yeah.
I think there's an outside chance the Lakers could trade for Joel Embiid this offseason.
Yes.
And honestly, screw it. I'm in. It's
Might as
a
well.
risk. It's risky because he makes a lot of money and might not really play. Like,
yeah. But does he
it's
just
probably
not
not a
play in
super high
Philly?
chance that he's never going to play, but he might never be the same.
Yeah.
He just can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
And if you're Philly, they just got the 3rd overall pick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Go all in on building around the young core with Maxey and whoever's 3rd pick, whether it's I don't know, Ace Bailey or some foreign guy. I don't know a ton about the prospects, but build around that. Why not? You have good players. You have Jared McCain.
Yeah.
You have a great bench player in Paul George there that could play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would think it would make sense for them. Bill Simmons said in the clip that I saw that it was either him or Russillo said that he was being shopped at the deadline quietly by the Sixers. So they're willing to make a move. And Simmons said he thinks the Lakers could do it without giving up Austin Reeves, which would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Just here's all of our expiring contracts and a couple draft picks.
Yeah.
And we'll be the ones that take the risk on Embiid. Honestly, it would probably be a similar pitch to what the Mavericks pitched to the Lakers about Luka. It's a little bit different, but in Luka's case, Nico was like, "Hey, do you guys want Luka? We think he's fat and he's going to get hurt every day because he's too fat and he's disgusting and fat. Do you guys want to take the risk on this fat guy?" And we were like, "Sure." You can call the Sixers and be like, "Look, we're in the business of taking risks. This guy's always hurt. We'll take a chance on him."
Yeah.
Because look, AD had a history of injuries before he came to LA, and he did at first in LA.
Yeah.
But eventually he did figure it out. And I don't know if that was the Lakers training staff or someone in LeBron's camp or what it was, but he did eventually become very reliable.
Yeah.
So maybe that could happen with Embiid.
Yeah.
Very excited. The offseason in NBA is like just
It's
as fun
so
as
much
the
fun.
regular season.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And it happens pretty quick. Like by the time the finals are over, we'll be going into free agency like in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So electric. We have a lot of movement. See where Giannis goes. It's gonna be awesome.
It's going to be good.
All right, let's do a grid. Let me get this
Grid.
refreshed.
I'm feeling not super smart when it comes to NFL today, even though I did pull that Brett Favre played for the Falcons.
Are you saying you don't know ball?
No, I do. I'm just not feeling super smart today.
Oh, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. I just refreshed it. We're gonna be fine.
Okay.
All right. So we have you guys know how the grid works, and if you don't, you don't. We need to match up Bears and Broncos, Bears Niners, Bears Colts, Bills Broncos, Bills Niners, Bills Colts, and Hall of Famer for Broncos, Niners, Colts. Caleb, start us off. What do you got?
Kyle Orton, Bears Broncos.
That would work. Would also work for Bills Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a more niche.
Yeah.
That one's probably pretty good. I don't know of any other Bear Broncos.
Because Jay Cutler's going to be the first, right? Didn't Jay Cutler play for the Broncos? Wasn't that the trade?
Yeah, that's true. He did play for both.
Yeah.
A lot of people are probably going to put him.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Kyle Orton. Wait, I want to make sure I have a Bills Broncos first. There was we had a receiver, last name was Hunter, and I'm pretty sure he played for Denver.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of his first name before I lock this in case we need Kyle Orton.
Because we also have
Gosh, what was his name?
what Brandon Marshall played for both,
He played for
right?
the Bears, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so he was Bears and Broncos.
yeah. So we have 3 options. So if you
Okay.
want to,
We'll circle back then.
we'll circle back.
Oh, I keep doing that.
Bears, Niners.
Bears Niners would be. I was like, we're good, because I saw Bill's logo. Didn't factor in the other ones at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Did Jeff Garcia play for the Bears?
Potentially, I know he played for the R words, right?
I know him for the Bucks.
Yeah.
And then I think the Niners.
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe a different Bear Niner. Maybe there's one that's more recent that we're forgetting.
Yeah, is there a pass rusher or did
What is his name? I always forget his name.
who?
Pass rusher, played for the Bills for a year.
Okay.
He was the one that injured Aaron Rodgers. Floyd or Lloyd?
Lloyd, is
Michael,
it Lloyd?
Was it Michael Floyd? Or is that
Michael
a receiver?
Floyd.
Because he might have played for
Malcolm?
the Bears. I don't think it's Malcolm.
Oh, we also have Von Miller for Bills Broncos if we need it.
Easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Duh.
Wait, injured who?
Injured Aaron Rodgers on the Jets.
On the Jets.
Floyd
Okay.
or Lloyd? Michael, I think.
I think
me
Lloyd.
Let me just type it in because he might have played for the Bears.
Okay.
But also, I guess unless either of us are confident enough that he played for the Bears, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
I
was just thinking of Anthony Barr. I know he injured Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Yeah, I was talking about when he was on the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay, a Bear Colt would be...
Dude, a bear colt sounds like a crazy animal.
It sounds pretty sick, honestly. Wow. I really jumped the gun when I was like, we're good.
Yeah, you're like, this is so easy.
We're sitting here with a blank slate. Should we see one go in? Should we just put Brandon Marshall for Bears Broncos?
Is that what we feel the best about, or do we...
I mean, we know for a fact that works and Jay Cutler works.
Yeah.
Kyle Orton would be lower percentage, but in case...
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We do have Von Miller, though. All right, let's do Kyle Orton then.
Do Kyle Orton for Bills Broncos. And then Brandon Marshall for...
Good idea.
Yeah.
Orton, here's a who. I think that was my fantasy name that year when he was with the Bills. 6%. Clyde. I don't know why it's suggesting Clyde. And then we're doing Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, I like Brandon Marshall.
Got to make sure it's the right one.
Oh.
Both 2018.
Oh.
I think the receiver is 06.
Yeah.
That's more Jay Cutler Broncos era, right?
Yeah.
Said, Brandon, you want to talk? You want to fight? Five-time Pro Bowl was getting knocked out, too. One of my favorite videos
Great
ever.
Great clip.
Hall of Famer for the Broncos. Easy.
Yeah, Drew Lock.
I mean,
wait, did that say until 2024? Is that
it just
have, okay?
Yeah, it just goes to 2024. Did what? Oh, Jerry Rice.
Did he play any games?
That's the question. I don't know if he played.
I don't think he played any games.
Who was it that he was there but didn't play games? Was it them or Seattle?
I think it's them.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
that would have been such a good poll if he could.
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. I mean, obviously
Elway.
TD. Earl Davis.
They have a receiver.
Do they have a Hall of Fame receiver? Oh, Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, yeah, he's going to be a Colt. He's going to be what people use for the Colts.
Do people... That's true. Use him for the Colts. But do we have a Colt? Is Vinatieri in the Hall of Fame?
Probably.
I don't think he
is he not? Is
I
Marvin
don't
Harrison?
Because kickers... Marvin Harrison definitely is.
Yeah, so we have one.
Okay. So we could use Peyton Manning. But that's one of those ones where we're counting on people overthinking it.
Yeah, is TD? Is TD? TD has to be right.
I think. I'm a little scared, but I think.
Elway, Peyton Manning.
Oh, I got a good one.
Okay.
DeMarcus Ware.
Yes.
Didn't he
He's
just get in the hall?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Should we do that one?
I like it. Yeah.
Shout out to Derek. Favorite player of all
Yeah.
time. DeMarcus Ware. Pretty sure. 3%.
3%. There we go.
Love that.
All right. Bears, Niners.
Bears, Niners. If anyone's wondering how do they not have Bills filled out yet, I'm just saving it. Like,
Yeah.
We can get Bills.
Did Raheem Mostert have a time with the Bears?
Oh. Maybe.
Like when they were doing.
Maybe. I don't know.
Did.
Bears and Niners. Who am I forgetting? I feel like I know this. Bear 49.
Wait.
Huh.
Did Robbie Gold play for the Bears?
Robbie Gold absolutely played for the Bears for a long time. And he played for the Niners, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's...
Most recently for the Niners, I believe.
Yeah. That's a good one. Boom.
40%.
Higher
But
than I thought, but that's still...
But we
that's a
were
good poll.
stuck. We were so stuck.
Yeah, that's a good poll. That's a good poll.
Bear Colts.
Bears, Colts. Yeah, the Bear Colt.
I mean, didn't Nick Foles play for the Colts? Did he play for the Colts, though?
Did he? I think he did. Yeah, did he take a snap? Would be the question. I think he did play there.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of, like, long-term quarterbacks, like backup quarterbacks, but I don't know if they played. Like Brian Hoyer was probably.
Did Dante Moncrief play for the Bears?
Oh, I know he played for the Steelers at one point.
I know he played for the Colts, and I want to say the Jags. We're talking a lot of teams already. If we're adding Bears.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
You said something about a QB, not named Nick Foles. I thought
Hoyer
I heard you say.
is the only. I just think Hoyer's
Hoyer.
always on those lists.
It might be Nick Foles. Andy Dalton's never been a Colt, right? No, he's not been a Colt.
No.
No? I don't think so. But I kind of feel the same way. No. Who's in that QB room now with the Colts? They just signed. Oh, Danny Dimes. It wasn't him. I knew they just signed someone. I was trying to think. Okay, Bears could be. Is there a running back? Maybe receiver. We might have to go with Foles. Are we sure Foles played for the Colts?
I think so. I don't know if he played.
I know he would have
Colts,
the Frank
though.
Wright tie, which would make sense.
Yeah, I don't know if he played for he.
We'll come back.
Yeah.
Let's see one go in. Is Joseph Adai in the Hall of Fame?
Oh, he should be. Marvin. I like Marvin Harrison a lot.
We know Marvin Harrison. We can definitely go with that. Or Reggie Wayne. Is he in?
Or Reggie Wayne, who's getting more.
But is he in? Do we know for sure that Reggie Wayne's in?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Let's go. We'll go Marv. Just lock it in. 25. Could be worse.
Yeah.
Niners Hall of Fame. Are enough people putting Dion? There's so many Niners Hall of Famers. There's multiple quarterbacks. There's
multiple receivers. The greatest receiver.
Multiple receivers. Randy Moss.
Randy Moss could be a good one because he wasn't there long.
And he is in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, has to be. If Randy Moss isn't in the Hall of
he's
Fame,
been retired long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see Randy Moss.
Randy Moss, the horse guy.
Yeah.
3%.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's been retired for 13 years. Holy smokes.
That's crazy.
We are old as mess.
Yep.
Wow. My oldest niece never saw him play football.
That's
even as
crazy.
a-
That's crazy.
makes me feel very old. All right, we can do some Bills if you want to come back to the Colts.
Yeah, let's do
Bills
some
Niners. We could go Stevie Johnson here. That might be pretty low.
Oh, that's going to be low.
It's probably going to be pretty low, but Boobie Dixon might be more fun.
Boobie Dixon is going to be more fun.
To put Boobie might be electric.
Yeah.
Do you want to do Boobie or Stevie?
I like Boobie.
Okay. Oh, I got to think of his real name. Let me just put Dixon. I think I would recognize it if I read it. Anthony. It's Anthony Dixon.
Yeah,
Does that sound familiar to you?
Yeah.
0.3. Shout out to Boobie.
Let's
My
go.
God. Boobie Dixon, come on the show, please. Please come on the show. That would be electric. All right, and then Bills Colts. I'm going to say Jerry Hughes. I think it's going to be pretty low.
Yeah.
Oh, even better. The guy that was traded for Jerry Hughes, Kelvin Shepard.
Okay,
Kelvin
let's
Shepard.
do it.
He's, I believe, the new D coordinator for the Lions. 0.6. Let's go. And now we just have Bear Colt. So we phone a friend and call Noah.
I think Nick Foles is a good one, but I'm thinking
I keep wanting to say Cedric Benson. He didn't play for the Colts, did he? Like
I don't
before the Bears?
think so. I don't. Maybe. Did Jim?
I think he might have just
Jim
been Bears
Harbaugh play
Bengals.
for both of them?
Who?
Jim Harbaugh.
Good poll.
Is
He
that a
did.
fun one?
He-
Is that? But is Nick Foles going to be?
I'm still not sure Foles got in the game.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
like Harbaugh better.
Yeah.
If
I also
Foles
love
even,
having,
I'm,
I also
I'm
love
like,
having Jim Harbaugh on our board.
yeah, I'm like 87% sure Foles played there, and I'm 50-50 on if he got in.
Yeah.
Whereas Harbaugh, I feel good.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh. 27. But
27. Okay.
Not bad.
What's the rarity score? Is it the lowest the better? The lower the better.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on and make a grid, immaculate grid, and see what Kyle Orton would have been for Colts or Broncos, Bears.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to do that real quick, we'll wrap things up. We don't really have a real outro for this show. Anyway.
We don't.
And obviously, this was another week that Tanner wasn't here, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah.
overall, decent show.
Oh, he was 14% for Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, we still got him at 6%.
Yeah. It was better.
Yeah.
Because the only other person we had was for Broncos Bills was. Why can't I think of his name? The pass rusher who is a Super Bowl MVP, who I said his
Von
name
Miller?
earlier. Von Miller.
Um,
Von Miller would have been 64%. So we're good.
I'm still trying to figure out who that guy. I feel like such a fraud for not knowing who that guy the Bills had for 1 year. Who's a pass rusher. I'm just finding all these receivers. I tried Brandon Lloyd. I tried Michael Floyd. Both receivers.
Michael
Former receivers who I remember. What if I just do? I can't remember if it's Floyd or Lloyd. Leonard Floyd.
Leonard
Floyd.
Floyd. Leonard Floyd.
Leonard Floyd. I want to know if he played for the Bears before we go. He did. His picture right here is Bears. Can you see what he would have been for Bills Bears? Do you still have it up? Curious.
No, because I already put in. Oh, Bills Bears.
Yeah, Bills Bears.
Bills Bears is not.
Bills Bears is not a thing, so
Yeah.
it would have been pointless.
Yeah.
Niners Bears. Niners Bears is what I wanted to use him for. Yeah, because I knew he played for the Niners after the Bills last year. He played for them.
5.
Should have used it.
Yeah. Well, we
Should've
couldn't
used
use
it.
him because you couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
I might have if I kept thinking about it, but I gave up because I was like, I'm not confident enough that he played for the Bears anyway.
Yeah.
So, not a bad run. A little bit of a short episode, couple minutes short.
Yeah,
not too
it's
bad.
all right.
Longer than last week's.
Yeah. Good job.
That miserable
Putting on the show.
You guys had to sit through. I was kind of hoping you'd come back with notes. like I did for you.
I'll be honest. I'm behind on every podcast. Like,
Wow.
if you scroll through my like part of my take on Spotify, it's like 5 minutes listening to each episode.
I've actually
Like,
had the reverse effect where like you're behind because you've been super busy. I'm behind because I haven't been busy enough.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
But,
All right. Well,
yeah.
good. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.